What's up, guys? So today I'm gonna show you what I'm working on, and it's not this one, it's this bad boy. So it's a 2001 7.3. The guy did the front end. He just had it all painted. It looks pretty sweet. Looks pretty sweet. So he already did most of the interior swap, but he's not too happy with it. So we got some stuff we got to do. So it's still got the old headliner. So I already tracked down him a new one. So basically this 2001 is getting all 08 interior, except the seats. He got them recovered. He likes them. He's keeping the seats and console. Wait, no, actually no. We got a new fancy console too in 08. So you can see he already kind of did some stuff and whatnot. But, you know, this headliner doesn't match these pillars, and those seatbelt things ain't looking right. So we're gonna get that all squared away. You know, we're gonna do the visors, we're gonna do everything. So pretty much what we gotta go do is drive over to the next city where my storage unit's at, because there's no storage units anywhere here. So I got too much junk at the house. So I'm gonna take his truck because it's a short bed and I can put the headliner like in the bed, versus my truck. With the service bed, it's like too skinny, so I kind of got to sit it sideways, and then it just flaps and just wants to bend and snap, and it's, ask me how I know. So it's not, yeah. So we're gonna safely get the headliner going in here. So other than that, he's got it looks like some 11 to 16 door panels out of an XLT. So I think he's kind of doing a little combination of gray and black. So it's not exactly one trim. I think he said this is a Harley dash, but it's got a black steering wheel, so maybe it's just a layered dash. But either way, the dash looks really good. He already did all the work himself. You see it's got a, you know, really nice gauge cluster right there, and we're gonna make it a little nicer, a little cluster helper, you know what I'm saying? So basically, you know, he's not exactly happy with it. He likes it, it's cool, but we're gonna take it to the top. So we're gonna put all the swap helper stuff in here. It's gonna get the column helper, the cluster helper. You know, he wants me to put in, you know, get the aux switches going and anything else he can think of, or I can think of. You know, he said go ahead and do it. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna go ahead and warm this bad boy up. I gotta get some junk out of the bed. I'm gonna go hit the road and go get this headliner. I'm not looking forward to. So stay tuned. I'm gonna start stripping this bad boy when we get back. Alright guys, so made it to my storage unit. Good 45-minute drive, and that gives me enough time to get familiar with this guy's truck. So if there's any issues or bugs, you know, I seen them and I remember them. We're gonna write them down, so I don't forget. But yeah, I found a couple things. I think there's a short in the radio. You know, cruising, all of a sudden the volume gets really loud, and then it's like it shorts out, and you know, it's like maybe some of the speakers aren't working, and then you hit a bump and they do. This AC blows. Not in a good way, for sure. It took almost the whole drive till it got at least decently bearable in here, but it's definitely not cold. And I'm on AC max high, and it's I wouldn't want to be sitting back there. I promise I'll be complaining. But we're gonna get that fixed up. Throwing a vent helper in here. We're gonna fix a lot of odds and ends on this truck already that I can tell. I can see why. You know, it looks cool. It looks cool, but she ain't perfect, but we're gonna get her there. Other than that, the truck drove great. We're in my storage unit. So, God, this AC pisses me off. It's so loud. There we go. It's a lot quieter, huh? But yeah, man, that McNasty is just so restrictive. It's like you basically stick your hand out the window. That's what's going on in there. But other than that, let me get all these parts. Let me show you what we're picking up, and maybe I'll show you what I got in the stash back here. So I've been waiting like 30 minutes to take a video. It's this guy with a Harley has just left it there running for 30 minutes. So hopefully I'll be back before it gets dark. Yeah, that bike should be definitely warmed up by now. Not gonna lie, it was like over 30 minutes. So He pulled up right behind me. You probably, maybe if you saw on the back of the truck, you saw when he pulled up the same time I did. Like 30, 40 minutes later, you know, I went through it, I organized my bins, I already loaded up most of the whole truck, and he just blah, 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 blah. Oh well. But let me show you what we're working with. So I got lots of junk. I think I got like 7 or 8 dashes in there. I even got a couple dashes in my house. But some of this is for sale. I'm gonna tell you right now, 80% of this is already sold. You snooze, you lose. But this 16 dash going in a dude's truck, so stay tuned for that video. I think I got like three King Ranch dashes in here, and then a couple lariats. So I got the Greystone, we got the Camel, we got this black one that was already sold, going to Mr. Eric, and then guess we're doing laps now. We're doing laps. I swear to God, if he comes back, which he probably is, I'll be back. Let me just get all the parts and we'll talk about it later. Okay. Oh boy, stop riding this bike. But it's too hot. But I got everything I think I want. More than what we'll need. Whatever I don't need, I'll bring it back. But one thing I noticed also is he has the old door seals. And I have a bunch of new ones, so we're gonna go ahead and get those. I'm gonna show you everything else I got too. So I basically went shopping. So on these door seals, if you don't know, they're not all the same size. Now the driver, the fronts are the same size, and the backs are the same size. So obviously the back door is smaller, but not by much. Because if you do the geometry, the way that drops saves you a couple inches, you know. So, good way to tell. See how I got them lined up? Oh, up. There we go. We got 2 backs and 3 fronts, and they're all in good condition. Those ones are garbage. Boom, we got a whole set. Obviously 1 extra. But, so boom, now he's got new seals, because remember his were single walled? See how they're doubled? They got like the 2 right there instead of just the 1. So, and I think they look a little better too. So, and they fit better with the kicker panels. So, all right, I think I have everything to show you. So, I got the headlight in there. You see why I like to put it in the bed of a truck, because it sits in there, and I can put straps going everywhere, so it ain't gonna go nowhere. Man, I'm sweating through I just bought this shit. Got tweeter stuff, which I don't think I need. Man, I just grabbed a bunch of junk. Tons of weather strip seals for the inner window seals. Tons of extra switches. Seat belts. I got a little crazy. And then organized my whole thing. So we got tons of tan parts. What are those? Those are all my black parts. Those are sold. All my black stuff's pretty much sold. And then, what is that, Greystone? Yeah, so. Basically, I got 3 King Ranch interiors here almost. Nice set sold. Center console sold, but I got the seats. Those seats, if you want them, sell them real cheap. They're in okay condition. But yeah, pretty much everything's sold in here. But I do got a couple dashes left if you're interested. Other than that, man, I'm pooped. I think I've been here for like 2 hours just organizing my bins. So, all right, I'm gonna load this stuff up and tie it down and get out of here. Get something to eat. Alright, got me some Gatorade, so I'm thirsty. But alright, so we got her strapped down. I threw the weather strips on there, so she ain't going nowhere. So let's ride. Oh man. So when I do my builds, I don't wire up the key chime because that shit's annoying. But all right, let's get out of here, boys. So I'll catch you at my house, and we're gonna start stripping this bad boy. Hopefully, I want to get the seats out and pretty much everything except the dash. So stay tuned. All right, guys. So before I hit the road, I thought it'd be a good idea while I'm parked to show you the dash before it gets dark, because it's 8 o'clock and this dash is black, and when I get home you ain't gonna be able to see it that well. So I'm gonna do it right now. So I'm gonna give you a walkthrough on what I've discovered so far, so you have basically this whole video is kind of what I'm getting myself into. That's what, you know, so when you get yourself into this, you know what to expect. That's what we're looking at. So this guy, he bought my relay pack like a while ago. It was one of my old relay packs, and then he did the dash himself. It's got the McNasty kit, but obviously the airflow blows, not good. But and then when we pull the dash, I'll make a whole video so you can see what I got myself into. So that's gonna be fun when we pull that. But for right now, we're just gonna look at the obvious stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this camera and I'm gonna show you what we're looking at. So, all right. Okay guys, this is basically what I'm looking at. You know, let's go ahead and point out the obvious. It's got an 08 column. It's got everything. So from what I remember, I mean, it's probably been at least a year, but I made this guy a relay pack. So he's got that under there. It's one of my old school relay packs, not the one that's over here to the side. And so the cruise control works. That worked on my way here. The media works. So that's cool. So pretty much everything on the column does work, except, you know, you got to hold that for the hazards. So that's why he put this switch here. It doesn't do anything. It's just a dummy switch because this is for the back window, but he's got the old window. So we're gonna make this switch do something else, because we're gonna run the column helper, and then this momentary switch will work with the new column helper. So, and then obviously we're gonna run a cluster helper, but we're gonna need to find a new bezel, because he took a Dremel and it's gonna be huge gaps with the new cluster. So we're gonna need a new bezel. Headlight switch works. Oh yeah, because that's off my relay pack too. So he's running my headlight, relay pack, and my column one. Ooh, you can see them lining up. So other than that, when you hit the traction control, this lights up blue, which is kind of cool. Except I don't know which one does which. Whatever. Obviously the AC has the McNasty air ducting kit, and I can tell you it's no bueno. It's the loudest thing in the world. Let's see. It sounds like almost like a nice little vacuum in here. Oh wait, it's on defrost. My bad. Let's try it now. There it is. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. I don't think this does. Oh, that's a fancy little switch. That's cool. So we'll keep that going. What else we got? Oh, the AC controls aren't sitting in there all the way flush. About a 1/4 inch maybe right there. So I'm gonna get those recessed where they're supposed to be, and the switches, you know, these aren't sitting in there right. I'll probably maybe switch this to LEDs too. So horn works. I know he's good. Oh shoot, that's right. He didn't put the wipers on because we got him on the cows. That's something else I gotta do. So. But other than that, I mean, it does look good. I'll give them that. It does look good. So, steering wheel's in good shape. So, yeah. So, all right, guys. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Cluster's ugly. But everything else on the, you know, the truck works. The brake works. So for the most part, I think you did pretty good. But once we tear out this bad boy, we're gonna find out. But other than that, I'm headed home. So, I'll see you later. Okay, made it back home. So I figured out the tow haul. This is his new indicator, because on the 9907s, so when you push it on, you know, it drops a gear and the light comes on. Well, in this case, when the light turns off, it drops a gear, so the indicator comes on backwards. So I was confused driving that. And then this button doesn't do anything, because sometimes when I do my trucks, I switch the traction control for this and this both to do the overdrive, and this lights up as my new indicator. But with the new cluster helper, we'll get the tow haul going on there. It's just kind of interesting. So that you can go in 4th gear, and then when you do that, it downshifts. So it was a little weird at first. And then I want to mess with the shifter, because it's got a lot of slack. That's all park, baby, all park. So we're gonna get that squared away too. So I don't know if it's a sloppy shift cable or something's not hooked up right, but we're gonna get it squared away. So, and then let's see, how'd the headliner do? Looks good to me. All right, let me get this baby unloaded and we're gonna get started. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna scratch that. We're not gonna strip the truck tonight. I got back at 9 o'clock, had dinner with my parents, and I bullshitted with my dad before I knew it was 11 o'clock. And I was like, oh shit, Dad, I got shit to do. And I was like, I'm not gonna run that impact. So I'm gonna call this video a day, and then maybe part 2, we'll start stripping it in the morning. It's 5:30 in the morning. We'll start stripping it after I take a nap. But other than that, that truck's pretty cool. We just gotta, tidy it up and make it look perfect. So we're gonna get it squared away, and I'm gonna show you. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, let me show you what else I got going on, I guess, real quick, so you can get a gist of what I do too. So I spend a majority of my time doing builds like the truck I'm doing that I showed you today. That's where a majority of my time goes. But once it gets dark, I shut the garage, I get my porta cooler going, and I just started working on online orders until I pass out, basically. So like a lot of things I'm working on right now is cooled seats. So I got a mock-up seat right there. So I've got 25 sets of cooled seats kits to do, and it takes me about 6 to 8 hours to do a set of seats, one set. And so I got 25 to do. That's like a month's worth of work and just that cooled seats. So I'm working on them, but what I do is I strip them down, and these are all strips ready to rock and roll. And then, so once they're ready to rock and roll, I grab one and I start building it on the mock-up seat, and it takes me about 2 hours to build it. So I mean, we were spending an hour stripping them, 2 hours each, 4 hours, so that we're 5 hours deep right there. We still gotta do the switches and build the harnesses, make them look pretty, and then box them up. So it adds up real quick with them. So, and then I built a bunch of battery cables, and I'm already down to my last set. So I had to order a bunch of new ones. So I got a bunch of cables to build. I already think I got half a dozen sets I gotta build. And then my pillar kits, I just built a fat batch of those, and I'm already down to my last 2. So I gotta start getting those going. And then shit, we ain't even started what I gotta do with those. I got so many dashes to build. And then I got a mountain of parts to install. So this is my mountain of parts. Don't worry, it's not as bad as it looks, but this is all parts that I got installed in local trucks. So other than that, I got about once post office opens, I got a little truckload of orders going out for your online orders. I don't know, there's gotta be at least a dozen of them there. So I'm gonna need to get a wheelbarrow to carry them in. But other than that, axle's obviously pooped. I'm pooped. I'm gonna crack a cold one. I'm gonna go to bed. So stay tuned for part 2.